What's going on, guys? Plus Talk here, back again with my WrestleMania Night 1 and 2 review. They are going up tonight. Sorry about the noise in the background. There's a fly in the kitchen that I'm recording right now. So we start off with Night 1 of WrestleMania, and we end the whole thing of the storm in Tampa. And the ponchos with Samoa Joe and WWE. Well, maybe WWE just will teach you that, will actually teach you a lesson that do not get a venue that doesn't have a roof on your stadium. Now I know next year you're going to be in Texas at the A&T Stadium, and I think that has a roof, so that's good for you. But imagine if the storm didn't stop. You could have been still in this situation. But after a year without no fans, the first thing that happens is a storm for the WWE. A storm, but then we had the first match of the night. Well, before the first match of the night, it was delayed because of the whole rain. We had these impromptu promos, which I thought was really good, especially with the likes of Drew McIntyre. He could have good promo. Lashley, I loved the little interaction they had. And a couple of other exclusive promos. Then we had the first match of the night, which is the WWE Championship. Bobby Lashley defending against Drew McIntyre. A lot of people were thinking, is Drew going to actually get the win here and get his win in front of the fans? Because also last year he was he won it without fans, and I was thinking, WWE, do not do this. Drew had his moment last year, and it was a difficult year last year because of the pandemic, but this is Bobby Lashley's time, and it kind of shows how the WWE's changed over the last 2 years. 2 years ago, they put the title on Kofi Kingston and made him the first Black WWE champion. But this time, Bobby Lashley already had his moment as WWE champion, but he walks into WrestleMania as a Black WWE champion and walked out of WrestleMania as a Black WWE champion. Now that is some great progression from WWE, and this match was great. You had Bobby Lashley making Drew McIntyre pass out. This was a really good opening match for WrestleMania. I just thought it was really good, and just really good in ring skill from Bobby Lashley, and I'm hoping that he has a long title reign now, at least till SummerSlam, so maybe you could do that blockbuster match, which is Lesnar versus Brock Lesnar. Then we had the diabolical, the terrible women's match, tag team women's match. You had Natalia, Tamina, Liv Morgan. It was a whatever. Natalia and Tamina go over, and they will face the tag champions on night 2 of WrestleMania. Then we had Cesaro versus Seth Rollins, and I really loved the setup to this match. You had Seth Rollins, the rating slayer, but Cesaro. I enjoyed how they built up this match with Cesaro. His first WrestleMania match, his first singles match WrestleMania on the actual card. The fans were behind Cesaro. This was a really good match. Cesaro goes over with the neutralizer for the win, and obviously people thinking, well, let's go any further. We'll trust in WWE. I don't trust WWE. Do you really think WWE is gonna push Cesaro, even though he got a WrestleMania win and his first WrestleMania singles match? I don't trust WWE. This is the same company that had an outdoor WrestleMania event and had no roof on the stadium. So anyway, Cesaro goes over and gets the win. It was a really good match. I really enjoyed it. And Cesaro goes over. Will Cesaro go to be world champion? I doubt it, because knowing WWE, they should have had him as world champion 7 years ago, when he was actually red hot and actually the guy back then. But you decided to say, oh, Vince is on Austin's podcast. Oh, I don't get him because he's on Swiss, or he hasn't got the verbal skills or that. Then we had AJ Styles versus Omas, and I thought this was a really good way how they had Omas. They protected him, didn't have him go out first in the match. The New Day acted kind of heelish in this match. Omas looked like a fucking beast in this match. I was skeptical about his debut. Was he going to be like the Great Khali? I'm not really seeing him much in the ring, and for his first match to be at WrestleMania and for a title at WrestleMania, he did a good job. And I can see that Vince can hopefully, if he's booked correctly, that he can become a world champion. I may be pushing the boat a bit too far in a minute, but he's a star, and WWE needs big guys like Omas in the WWE. Then we have Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon. It was a typical Shane and Braun match. You know, Braun goes over. Before the match, Shane's lackeys try to beat up Braun, but it doesn't work. Braun gets the win. He does a slam from the top of the cage and gets the win. Then we had Bad Bunny, who again, another guy that impressed me on his debut match WrestleMania, and Damien Priest versus The Miz and Morrison. I love how Miz was selling for Bad Bunny, and Bad Bunny was doing awesome stuff here, and he actually was really good. And if I'm Vince McMahon, I would definitely have Bad Bunny for more wrestling matches in WWE, because he just did such a good job in this match. They got the win, and I heard that he got trained by Drew Gulak, so great stuff. And Pierce trained him as well, so great stuff. Then we had the main event of night 1 of WrestleMania, Bianca Bella versus Sasha for the WWE SmackDown Women's title. The bright girl won over Sasha. Bianca Bella won over. She wins, and then Sasha saw the whole whip with Bianca's hair, which I thought was great. So overall, night 1 of WrestleMania was really good, and I think it's probably one of the, if you would actually ask me which was the better of the two nights, night 1 and night 2, I would say night 1 is the best. But we get into night 2 of WrestleMania, which has just ended. We have Randy Orton open up night 2 of WrestleMania with The Fiend. The most anticipated feud, the most hyped up feud the last couple of weeks, and Randy Orton goes over The Fiend at WrestleMania. Really, WWE? Breakfast Club rules bitches again. Randy Orton goes over at WrestleMania. And this match absolutely fucking sucked. Alexa had like some black ink on her face and shit like that. I love the entrance with The Fiend, but the thing is, he didn't go over, which he should have gone over in this match. Randy Orton goes over. Then we had Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Natalya and Tamina. Didn't care about this match, it was a whatever. Nia Jax and Tamina retain the titles. Then we have Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. Now, I don't care about this match either, because yeah, they have good matches, but we've seen Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn 1,000 times. Like, what else can they do? They've been heel face, heel face. Adding Logan Paul to the mix was great for WWE. Got some publicity, good PR for WWE. But apart from that, what else does it gain? It's like, oh my god, PWG 2005, whatever. But Kevin Owens gets the win, and then he gives a stunner to Logan Paul after, which I thought was great. Then we have a Nigerian drum match for the Intercontinental title. Is Biggie defending against Apollo Cruz. Now this was a good match. Apollo Cruz goes over. He has the bodyguard, so he gets the win. Then we have the women's title match. It's Asuka defending Rhea Ripley. This was a good match. I really enjoyed this women's match. Rhea Ripley goes over and gets the win. Then our main event of the night 2 of WrestleMania, the main event of WrestleMania over both nights. It's our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, versus Edge, and that entitled son of a bitch, Daniel Bryan, for the Universal title. This match was awesome. A lot of great stuff, like the announce table spot, Edge doing his chair spot when he hit somebody on the head with the chair. I thought that was great. I loved how our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, people, saying, oh, Daniel Bryan's going to win this match, or Edge is going to do the job in this match, or whatever. But our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, everybody was doubting him, apart from me, and I said that the tribal chief went over at WrestleMania, and he did. He pinned Bryan and Edge to retain his title. And Jey Uso, even this time, he didn't even mess up the finish this time. He actually did what's right, and he actually, he served his purpose in this match. So that's my WrestleMania review for night 1 and 2, guys. Leave your guys' thoughts in the comments, and we'll check you later. Peace.